People going to be all in the state of Iowa enjoying this weather because it's time to spend some time in Iowa's great outdoors. Chance Patrick joining us. And this is one of your favorite times of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, the fall time is just, Iowa, it's beautiful. It can snow, it can be 70, or it can rain. You never know what you're going to get. Well, that's a good change, though, because, sometimes that's what we need in our hunting seasons and our fishing seasons. Like, we're going into fall, so the water temperatures are dropping very quick this year. Iowa seems like we're having normal fall right now. It's getting down to 30s. So the fishing's kind of been a little rough in the fall time last few years, but now the water's dropping, temperature's going down. The fishing's getting amazing right now. A lot of people are out, but everybody's so overwhelmed. Hunting season's here. I know I've been hunting just nonstop. But then I was reminded by a guy at work. He said, "When are we going to go fishing?" I said, I kind of forgot about fishing, but now's the time. So December, January, we said, man, I really wish I had some fresh crappie or some fresh bluegill. Now's the time to go out and catch them, but there's a little bit of different technique in the fall time because everything's slowing down. Everything's getting their pumpkin latte and just relaxing, enjoying. That's where we need to take and go back to like what we're doing ice fishing. Little bobber, small bait, and just work our baits easier than not like August. August we're going aggressive. We're throwing a million casts, kind of bouncing it all over, trying to kind of get the fish moving. Right now they're eating and then they're just kind of relaxing. Yeah. But they're trying to get full before wintertime gets here because the food source will not be as good. So I always tell people fall time is like ice fishing, but with your full-size gear, you're going to throw a bobber out and let it set instead of reeling a jig back and forth as fast. Right now, I like to use wax worms like we do ice fishing.
Okay. Are they readily available?
Yeah, you can get wax worms. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the bait shops still have wax worms. It's a really a popular bait, and people think you can only use it during ice fishing season. It's not. The panfish, if you have a little tiny grub on the end of there, you're guaranteed to catch fish. A little tiny minnow. Like in the summertime, I like to use what they call a fathead minnow, real big, aggressive minnow, moving around a lot. Well, sometimes those fish are like, yeah, I'm not trying to fight him today.
That's too much work.
That's too much work.
Yeah.
We'll just wait for another one to come through. So that's where we like to downsize our baits, downsize our jig heads, not as heavy, like go to a 1/4 ounce instead of like a 3/8. Just kind of bring your tackle back down.
No, what does that do when you reduce the weight?
It doesn't allow so much of the bouncing action. It's more of a smooth. You think if you take a big piece of lead and drop it in the water, it's going to sink clear to the bottom. Okay, so where that 1/4 ounce is going to kind of just make a motion back and forth.
So the currents will grab it a little bit?
Yeah, grab it around, move it around, but it's not presenting this big, strong, straight to the bottom that's a bigger fish, because a lot of our fish will set on the bottoms or they'll stay suspended and wait for those small fish to kind of come down, and they come back like on a Z pattern. So everybody says, what's the best way I need to be working my jig? You want to pull it up and then let it off and let it Z pattern back down, because that's usually what it does in the current. And that fish thinks that's a distressed piece of food. So now it's going to come up and it's going to hit it, but you want to present it the right way. If you go out there and you just start yanking, there's no minnow out there that's that wild. So I always like to present it as like the Z motion, let it come up, let it fall down slow. And that's why downsizing our jig size or our bait right now is key, because it's not going to fall as fast. It's going to allow it to come down, and you're going to be able to get the strike.
Now, are you more a fan of live bait this time of year, or because I know there's a lot of people that swear by even the corn, like the canned corn?
See, now canned corn, put it back in the cupboard. That's not that time of year. Okay. Right now, they're wanting to stock up on their food, so they're going to be going after more of the wax worms. The night crawlers are great right now, because they're not going to get night crawlers here soon. So walleyes, a lot of people don't realize walleye fishing in Iowa is the best with a night crawler. Dragging one across the bottom, super, super slow. A lot of these lakes around here are tricky to fish, but once you figure them out, you got them. It's don't oversize your bait for the time of year, because that's what a lot of people do. Like bass fishing, usually you see the guy from the boat casting to the shore, and the guy on the shore casting towards the boat. Well, that's done. Now the bass are moving back out to their deeper water because the water's getting cold. More oxygen out there compared to the summer where it's hot and they're up, chasing the bait around. So just bring everything back like we're ice fishing. Think drop shot. We're going down to the deep water and we're going to shoot the structures, the brush piles, the concrete piles. That's where the fish are going to be hiding right now.
Now, are bass still active this time of year? Can you catch bass? Or
yeah, you can catch any fish if you present your bait right.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is you can catch a carp, but they're not going to be out looking for that corn. They're going to be out trying to stock up with some food, but they're not going to be super aggressive like they are in the summer. Right now you're going to look at walleyes, perch, bluegill, crappie, more of your pan game fish is what you want to go after right now. The rough fish are kind of done. They're laying low on the bottoms, just kind of hanging out. Before long, we're going to have ice. We're going to have good ice this year.
Yeah.
I can guarantee we're going to have good ice. The weather's been just perfect for ice fishing for Iowa.
So where are we fishing right now? Because I know lots of events of weather are a little higher than they've been in the past. So where are we going and having a safe time with our family?
Normally I would be down at like the river, is where it'd be down on the rocks, throwing a small jig. Rivers are way too high. So now you want to work on like Moffett Lake, Somerset Park, beautiful park full of trout. You gotta have a trout stamp, but now's good time to catch trout. A lot of your smaller ponds are what you want to hit right now because those fish are
Now, do we have
hungry.
limits on what you can take?
Yeah,
about
so
this time of year or not?
Yeah, you're going to want to get your DNR guideline book because each park can differ on sizes. Some are 16, some are 18, some you can keep 3, some you can keep 5. So you want to make sure before you head to these places you got all that information because that can land you a ticket if you're not correct. It takes 2 minutes to get online real quick, read where you're going, get a little information. What kind of fish are in there? What kind of bait do I need to stop and get? That will help. Makes it for a good fish.
I didn't realize you had a separate trout stamp.
You gotta have a trout stamp.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, because they're not a fish that's really reproducing much. So the Iowa DNR has been stocking them. So it's $7, $8. You're restocking those fish. We can go catch them.
There you go. All right.
And I know, Chance, you're always great about answering questions in case anybody has one out there, fishing, hunting, anything like that right now. Certain seasons, of course, do your homework, but they can always reach out to you. And what's the best way to do so?
Iowa's Great Outdoors on Facebook or Chance Patrick.
That works. Wonderful. Have fun in Iowa's Great Outdoors.
It's going to be beautiful.
Thank you.